In 1992, Wayne Adams and Catherine King had had enough of life in the city, so they decided to make a daring move, leaving the hectic urban streets far behind and heading deep into the beautiful, rugged Canadian wilderness. The Canadian couple, now 68 and 60 respectively, decided to build their new life near Tofino, British Columbia. With less than 2,000 residents, the town on the west coast of Vancouver Island is pretty remote, but what this intrepid couple had in mind was even more extreme. Outside of the town, in a quiet inlet, Adams and King began to construct a formidable off-grid floating structure. Now, over 20 years since they began this epic construction project, their floating home is an incredible multicolored palace. Freedom Cove, as they've named it, is made up of 12 separate platforms, all interlinked by walkways. Aboard this floating Eden, then, the couple live in a completely self-sufficient lifestyle, and needless to say, it's pretty idyllic. During summer, the family get their water from a waterfall close to their home, while in winter months they rely on rainwater. Meanwhile, their electricity needs are covered by solar panels, although generators come in useful at times too. And the couple are self-sufficient in terms of sustenance as well. With over half an acre of land and 5 greenhouses available to them, they're able to grow more than enough fruits and vegetables. Furthermore, with all this space and the ability to build whatever they want, they've added some pretty cool extras. Alongside the living quarters and garden structures, the couple have built an art gallery, a lighthouse, and even a dance floor. Thankfully, the couple are more than qualified to have been dealing with this epic construction project. Adams is a professional woodcarver who, as well as having built all the timber structures, makes a living through the sale of his artwork. Indeed, many of his stunning creations can be seen dotted across the site. Meanwhile, King is a retired ballerina. She's responsible for Freedom Cove's vast and incredibly fruitful vegetable garden. But as well as her being a green-fingered gardener, she has a passion for painting, writing, and music. The couple's beautiful home is then a testament to their creativity. And with so much wood and inspiration around, it wasn't long before King picked up some of Adam's carving skills. In fact, after acting as his apprentice, she eventually became so good at it that she developed a unique style of her own, and her pieces are now selling as well. Living in the wilderness is constant inspiration. King said in an interview with the Huffington Post, "It's so incredible to wake up every morning and see all this. Imagine living a life like that, cut off from all the stresses and worries of modern-day living." Of course, living so far away from any major cities, the family are able to get up close and personal with some of Canada's amazing wildlife. They've got deer, otters, seabirds, and even wolves right on their doorstep. That said, there are some animals that the family would happily avoid bumping into. Living on the water, they have to contend with huge rats weighing up to 30 pounds that chew away at the foundations of their home. And living in the wild is a nightmare for livestock too. The couple decided to have a go at rearing chickens on their floating complex, but they soon gave up when they realized how many critters out there would happily eat them. Still, there's a lot to be said for a diet based on fresh fruits and vegetables. We've both done so many things in our lives that we've had hard times, so we're well prepared for how different the lifestyle would be out there. Adams told the Huffington Post, "It fits us." Despite its remote and inaccessible location, though, the house has become something of a tourist attraction, and King and Adams are more than happy to welcome visitors to their home. There are even dedicated tour operators who combine whale and bear watching trips with a visit to Freedom Cove. What's more, when the internet got a sniff of what the family were doing in remote British Columbia, things went pretty crazy. The story was covered by news organizations and magazines all over the world. "This whole home is for the kids in our family to come and see what you can't learn in school anymore," said Adams. "When I was young, this is what you learned in school, skills. To share this with the community and young minds, this is teaching them here on the West Coast." The couple's kids must then have had the kind of childhood that most of us can only dream about. However, one of the most beautiful things about this inspiring project is that it still isn't finished. Indeed, every year Adams and King will continue to add extras to their dream home. So who knows what it'll be like in another 20 years.